We are getting ready to load in the next matchup, which is going to be Tsunamii versus Chonkiv. Two of the Georgia Tech teams really excited to see this matchup. Chonky has definitely had a path today. They went from starting on fire, literally, to being a really dominant shell spinner in this weight class. Really impressive robot. Cannot wait to see it. And Tsunamii is doing what Tsunamii has done many times at this competition. It is just a reliable, destructive robot.
Fight, robots, fight.
All right, a good spin up here from Chonkiv, trying to get up to speed, punting its opponent across the box.
Sparks everywhere, pieces of robot littering the floor.
Tsunamii now stuck up against the rail, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. They're asking for their unstick. They get one from the house bot. And that rumbling sound is Chonkiv. It is that very heavy shell.
Quite an ominous noise. Now, it doesn't seem like they're getting an unstick here. Oh, here it comes. No. Fluffy is indecisive. There we go.
All right, Fluffy successfully getting Tsunamii off of the rail.
Oh, right. There's a cage breach.
Oh, look at
you
this.
Can see
see
there.
Here on the left, over here, you know, we can see this kind of curled up piece of Lexan. I think that was the spinning weapon from Tsunamii getting punted into the glass.
Yeah, you could see they just went flying across the arena. Full force weapon hit into the wall.
All right, 15 seconds down here on the clock. The weapon on Tsunamii is back. And Chonky just chucking that weapon straight into the wood here on the rail. Wow.
Oh.
The armor package being peeled away. And there's magic smoke coming out of Tsunamii. That is a battery fire.
That's not what you want to see from your robots. The smoke is what makes it work. And when the smoke leaves the robot, it has a tendency to stop working.
We are seeing the soul of this robot leaving its body. You know that this is a lipo fire because that smoke is hanging really close to the floor. It's heavy, heavy smoke being sucked out of this box with our negative air pressure system.
Now, Kyle, I have some news for you.
Okay, bring it.
Right now in Cage 1, Fluffy valiantly gave her life today for the last match.
Oh, no.
She needs to be retired for the night as they fix her, and is currently being replaced by Flo. So worry not, there will still be a house bot in Cage 1. However, it will now be Flo. And now, because of that, we've replaced that. We're ready to go. Here we see a VacaTank and Waddles.
Fight, robots, fight.
All right.
Waddles coming out fast. Big hit on VacaTank, sent him in the wall.
VacaTank spending time in the air, getting pushed up against the opposing rail. And that weapon is not moving at all on VacaTank.
Relentless aggression from Waddles. They're not going to let him sit there and call for an unstick. They're going to keep going in and hitting him.
Wow.
They want the knockout.
You can see that belt hanging loose on VacaTank.
VacaTank's weapon is down, but still full maneuverability after all those hits.
The belt is gone on Waddles. This is a pushing match here.
Wow.
Yeah, we are all even.
Does Waddles regret not leaving VacaTank earlier? Now, did VacaTank call for an unstick there? Because if they called for it, it still counts as their one unstick.
That's correct, yeah. That's one of the marks of a seasoned competitor here, waiting for your opponent to call for the unstick so they can burn it up early in the fight. This is a really great pin here from Waddles on VacaTank. We've seen some great driving from Waddles here today. The geometry of that drive really makes it quite maneuverable.
Yeah, for a two-wheel drive vert, they have a lot of power and control, and they're showing it off here. Of course, pins can only last for 10 seconds until you have to release, and Waddles is continually pinning and releasing, just winding down the clock, going for that judge's decision win.
Waddles is way ahead on the points, and they just have 10 seconds left here. They have to continue to survive through and not get stuck on something weird. But I think this one will go to the judges, and it will be a decisive win for Waddles and Team WPI.
But I will say, I think a lot of people are going going to be surprised at VacaTank coming out and breaking Waddles' weapon and lasting a full 3 minutes again against an extremely destructive opponent.
Fantastic. Team VacaTank can go back to the pits with their heads held high.
All right, we do have an official judge's decision. No surprise there. Waddles is your winner against VacaTank, so they are officially moving on into the next round. So they will be facing Ares in the semifinals.
Wow.
This is the most important fight in NHRL history.
I'm so confused as to what's happening right now.
I am so excited about what's happening right now, Adam.
I didn't say I wasn't excited. I'm confused and excited.
Now this 30-pound pause here, oh my God, he's got the first-person view drone here.
Now this is an atypical way to control a robot.
Wow!
We're starting
we are fully up
right
to
off
speed.
the bat. Now you can see the defensive wedge there on Gigapaws working to bat the chainsaw out of the way.
Oh my God, and D-Shot is on fire.
He is smoking. That is not supposed to happen. There's flames coming out of the saw.
Positively hysterical, just absolute brutality, batting that robot away.
The drones are down.
You can see that the chain is off of the chainsaw. Incredible. Paz is winning this fight.
The paws are still going. The net is still attached.
Wow, these floppy arms are doing their best, Kyle.
I spoke too soon. The net has come off.
Wow, it's an ablative net. It's okay.
It's an ablative net. Gigapaws is just shoving the chainsaw around like nothing.
Incredible aggression and control from Gigapaws here.
Gigapaws using that cuteness weight bonus, just bullying Flow now.
This is madness. Wow.
This is NHRL.
Now, I was predicting that this chainsaw was going to fire up and go cutting through that little kitty cat face, but instead, the chainsaw bot is on its back. It's on its hind legs here.
The chainsaw has died in the face of cuteness.
Oh my God, somehow Gigapaws is the most mobile robot in the box.
Gigapaws cannot be stopped, and the only thing saving us from complete destruction is those 4 walls that it's currently containing it.
Wow. Gigapaws is not real, it cannot hurt you.
It's so real, I can see it, it's right there.
Wow, fantastic. I love it when production just turns off the clock and they go, just let them fight.
Flo is taking out some aggression here, unhappy with anyone that would dare go against Gigapaws.
Wow, Gigapaws pushing Flo into his opponents.
Oh no.
My God!
Oh no!
That chainsaw is looking haggard indeed.
The paw.
Wow.
Just
incredible aggression from Gigapaws on the house bot.
Turned against Flo.
Wow. This is a very mobile robot. This is a zippy robot. This is a terrifying robot.
Now, if Gigapaws wins, I think Gigapaws would become the house robot for the rest of the night. Is that correct?
Wow. Violent disassembly here, mulching his opponent. And going after the house spot. This is very clearly a win for Gigapaws.
A knockout for Gigapaws.
Wow, Gigapaws is your winner!
I think everyone's happy with that result.
We have Sable's Captain Jameson Go here running MegatRON, and you can see that he's running his horizontal configuration with a big heavy wedge and facing off against Chonkiv, a really punishing shell spinner, a walking shell spinner, so getting that full 45 pounds and putting a lot of that weight into that shell.
Fight, robots, fight.
Chonky weighs a lot more than MegatRON. It's going to look to use that weight to keep itself planted and throw MegatRON around. We'll see if that works here as it's worked earlier. Wow, what a hit.
Wow.
Look at that wedge on the front of MegatRON.
The wedge is being
not good.
The wedge is being peeled up, and Chonkiv is going in there, ripping a
Megatron. No more Megatron on Megatron. Flying across the arena.
Sending Megatron across the arena. This is not where Jamison Go thought he would be here.
Hit after hit. It does look like Chonky here is having mobility issues. I think one of those shuffler pods is down. Those are fragile mechanisms, but the spinner is still up, and Megatron is trying to use its space now to stop that. And wow.
Jamison Go likes to pin his opponent up against the rail and then bring down that heavy hammer saw on the top. But to do that, he's going to have to stop this shell spinner first.
We were saying earlier it didn't look like Chonky had that much speed. Well, wow, does that shell have speed right now.
Incredible. Just waiting for one more hit.
If they can get a hit on those treads, it is going to be over for Megatron. And there was one.
Wow, Chonky just taking apart Megatron. Wow.
Megatron is going flying. You do not see this normally.
The entire front half of Megatron is gone.
That tread is off on the right side of Megatron. That's going to limit the mobility here. I am stunned.
Wow, they're down to one tread, one half of drive.
Megatron is one of the greatest 30-pound robots ever built. It's a world champion from 2021, and it is getting dismantled here by Chonky.
Wow, 50 seconds left here in this fight. That hammer saw has been a non-factor here so far in this fight.
Both robots down a drive side. Weapons still working, but Megatron cannot deliver it. And I think the other side of Megatron's drive is down. They're trying to get themselves around the arena by flailing their arm. It's not working.
30 seconds left here. Chonkiv has pushed Megatron up against the rail. This has been brutality and suffocation from Chonkiv and Georgia Tech. The Robo Jackets here, 15 seconds away from going to the finals.
Pieces of Megatron are littering the arena, and Chonky is not holding back. Jamison Go will not say die. He is going to take this to the bell.
Wow, the bull goes nuts.
The crowd is going wild. What a fight.
Wow, Jamison Go is very happy about that. He is a fan of the sport. He loves to see students from his alma mater doing so well. Both
teams excited to just put on a show like that. Once you start getting taken apart, you just want to make it to the bell. And wow, 3 minutes of non-stop destruction. And Megatron still moving, showing to the judges, hey, I still have an arm here.
Oh my goodness, not only a unanimous judge's decision, an overwhelming judge's decision for Chonky V.
Georgia Tech is so proud right now of their team.
To the finals, they will face the winner of Waddles versus Aries, that's right, MIT versus WPI.
It's happening.
And the winner of that matchup will go on to face Georgia Tech and Chonky V. I love the way this 30-pound division is shaping up.
We've got Connor Howard and Waddles here versus Ryan Duarte and Aries. Worcester, Mass versus Cambridge, Mass, an all-mass fight. WPI versus MIT.
5, 4.
Now, just a quick update for the rest of the night. There is no house robot in this cage. That means no unsticks for this match.
Wow, and Waddles winning that first exchange. Aries on its head.
Upside down with a bent fork, not where they want to be. Waddles chasing him down. Big hit, tearing off a wheel. And then Waddles was stuck. Aries could have won the fight, but knocked them off.
Incredible here. High centered here on this articulating lifting fork here.
Waddles' second robot there coming in and lifting up Aries. What a back and forth fight. Waddles stuck again, but doesn't look quite as much as last time, able to free themselves.
I can hear that weapon spinning up. I think that is the weapon on Waddles.
The cam lifter on Waddles' second robot holding Aries in the air. Waddles unable to take advantage, goes flying themselves.
Wow, opting for the weapon-on-weapon hit and losing that exchange. This has been a back-and-forth match.
Aries had a wheel worked off, but doesn't look any worse for wear here.
Wow. This is chaotic, fast driving. They are very close to the rail. All it's going to take, oh my God, a little bit of smoke from Aries.
Smoke from Aries and no more weapon. I was about to say Aries driving has been improving as the fight has gone on.
But it looks like the weapon on Waddles is down as well.
No, neither robot with a weapon, although it does seem like the cam lifters on Waddles' second robot are working. Of course, they can keep pinning every 10 seconds. They'll have to release. But with no weapon, will anyone be able to leave a mark on the judges as this fight comes to an end?
Wow, miraculously, Aries' weapon has fired back up.
I guess they didn't let out all the magic smoke there. But there
it's
goes some
happening
more.
now. That looks like that may be a weapon motor.
That could be that's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
That could be a battery fire. We'll see. It's still moving.
Wow.
But I'm not seeing any more of the weapon.
Yeah, this has been an incredibly punishing fight. Those forks on Aries are looking haggard. And here, a double pin here from Team Waddles.
Waddles looked like they lost the side of drive earlier, but they had both a second ago. Now it looks like maybe only one, maybe intermittent drive on the left side there. They seem to be stuck under Aries. Of course, we're not going to get an unstick here. There is no house robot. The house robot is unfortunately out of action.
20 seconds left here in this fight, and the rotating cam lifter here of the smaller bot is going to try and make one last pin here as we take it to the judges.
That cam lifter seems to be broken, unable to release there.
Wow.
What a fight. That's a tough one to call.
Team WPI thinks they have it in the bag. They are celebrating cage side.
Wow.
Unanimous judges' decision for Waddles. They will be moving on to face Chonkiv in the 30-pound final. Super excited to see it. That is going to be an amazing matchup.
Yeah.
But meantime, they have a ton of repairs to do upstairs. Look at these guys.
Right now, our 30-pound finalists, our competitors, are walking down the stairs to enter the arena.
Put your hands together for the team from Georgia Tech. It is Chonkiv! Let's make some noise for the menace from Massachusetts, the boys from WPI, Waddles!
I feel it.
And they have gone horizontal.
What?
Oh
Kyle!
my goodness, they're trying to take out some shuffler pods. I can't wait.
Fight, robots,
Chonky
fight.
spinning up really fast out of the gate. It's a blur. Waddles tearing the floor apart.
You saw that big half moon there, and that was from Waddles.
Wow.
Huge hit there.
Chonky almost upside down, but able to stay on its feet. That was an opportunity for for Waddles to get under Chonky, but it wasn't to be.
The weapon on Waddles looks like it could be down.
Is Chonky just spinning Waddles' weapon at this point?
It looks like it. Chonky has just been an absolute terror here today, taking out some of our best robots in the competition with a new and improved 4th iteration of this shell spinner. The students from Georgia Tech are here to play.
Chonky earlier today went out of the gate and immediately lit on fire and forfeit or tapped out in a fight. It has come back with a vengeance and torn through every robot. Waddles now no weapon, and it's just getting tossed.
Now I saw a belt on the floor earlier, maybe a belt from Waddles.
It could be. Waddles now is just trying to break Chonki's fist with its face. Now, we've seen that strategy work in other fights today. Will it work for Waddles? It's desperation at this point. Don't forget, the house robot right now is broken. If either of these robots were to get stuck on the wall, they would not be able to be unstuck, and that would be it. If Waddles can send Chonki flying into the wall, that could be their chance at victory here.
With 70 seconds left here in this fight, Chonki really needs to stop getting close to these big divots in the floor. There is a risk that it can get stuck in one of these divots and, you know, have victory snatched from their jaws here. 55
Chonki
seconds
just
left.
needs to play it safe, be aggressive, be controlling. Don't get too close to the walls. Don't get too close to those divots like you're saying. And it's all theirs. Just tearing pieces off of Waddles. Waddles trying to bait them near the wall, it seems.
35 seconds left here in this fight. It looks like the kids from Georgia Tech could be bringing home a golden dumpster here tonight.
You can hear that rumbling sound. Those are the feet of Chonki. Chonki, of course, is a shuffling robot. That means it walks. It doesn't have wheels, and that's why it weighs so much.
Wow, a fantastic showing here today from Georgia Tech.
With 10 seconds left, we're going to go to the bell.
And I think that this is absolutely a convincing win for Chonki.
Wow. What a way to come through after a poor start. They ripped through the competition, and they're going to take home a golden dumpster.
Fantastic.
Congratulations to Georgia Tech and Chonkiv. You won yourself a dumpster. Daniel, let me ask you, looking across the field today, MIT, WPI, Cornell, some of the best combat robotics clubs that we've ever seen in the sport, and you're bringing home the dumpster to Georgia Tech. Tell us what's going through your mind right now.
Look, this morning, first fight, lit on fire. I thought we might be out for the whole thing, but we ended up coming back, rematched MegatRON, and I guess basically just went from there. I don't know.
Connor, a great run for WPI today. It was awesome seeing you guys go on a tear. All your bots were looking fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the team real quick.
This has been the biggest turnout WPI has had ever at a Norwalk, ever at a competition. We're just so excited by the performance of all of our bots. We're just keep getting better and better and better. This new version of Waddles, basically brand new chassis. The modules are the same, but everything else is completely different. And it's been on a real tear, and we can't wait to improve it more.
There's only one thing left for me to do here for the 30s. Daniel Vale, Georgia Tech, here's your dumpster. Congratulations!
It is fire time, baby. Clyde is taking on Rhino.
Now, Clyde here is our top-ranked Beetle. It entered this competition in the #1 seed, and it is facing against the number 247 seed in Rhino.
Clyde always puts a smile on my face. Look at those flames.
Fantastic fire and flames. We've seen multiple robots melted here at the hands of Clyde today. And they have captured Rhino, and they are blasting Rhino with fire.
Listen to the sound of Rhino's weapon as it grinds against the frame of Clyde. It was sending pieces flying through the air.
Now, Gabe Brown, the driver of Clyde, the builder of Clyde, is so good about capturing his opponents, really getting them stuck on these forks and blasting them with fire. Something is on fire inside of Rhino.
That frame was not melted when we started this fight, and it's not supposed to look like that. These Beetle weights, this is a 3-pound fight. We're coming down from 30 pounds. They're often 3D printed out of plastic. And you can see right there Clyde taking advantage of that 3D printed frame with a lot of flames.
Loading into cage 2, we've got Red Panda here on the pink corner with Jaren Leibson facing off against Ariel Smith and HODOR.
I really like the design of HODOR here with this TPU bristle wedge. That's a 3D printed sort of rubber wedge made out of tiny individual elements that can just continually get under their opponent. HODOR is a lifter. That little blue piece can lift up and down, whereas Red Panda has an insane vertical spinner that's just making that whining noise. It's spinning so fast. And HODOR is going to try and play a perfect game of ground game here to win this one. You can see those little bristles taking those hits, flexing out of the way and going right back down to flush with the ground.
Now, Jaren Leibson and Red Panda have already qualified earlier in the year, and Jaren finishing second at the March event. Huge hit there on HODOR.
That's what HODOR didn't want to happen. Even if that didn't hurt them, it's going to hurt in the judge's decision, but it looks like they lost a side of drive, and that is not good when you're a control robot. HODOR getting around the back, that's where they want to be.
75 seconds left here in this fight, and Red Panda successfully getting under HODOR multiple times. If Red Panda ends up winning this fight, it is going to be Half-Life automatically advancing to the finals. HODOR now up against the rail.
Red Panda almost doing the thing so many times in this fight, but it keeps going, not needing its unsticks.
This is what I was talking about, the absolute brutality from Team WPI. They hammer it into these students. This is a team, this is a group there at WPI that came up fighting plastic ant weights. They have their own competitions, and they teach these kids brutality.
We do have a judge's decision. Unanimous for Red Panda. Cannot say we're surprised about that outcome. Jaren drove an amazing matchup.
Now, Adam, as we get ready for this fight, I'm seeing a lot of gold tape on Spartan. What is that?
So, you know, whenever we go up against flame robots, the drivers love to cover the robot in tape. I don't know how much it really works. You know, it's conductive tape.
It works.
It's gonna get really hot.
Yeah, well, you know, it's better than it melting your plastic, Adam.
I really like Clyde. These flames never cease to put a smile on my face.
Now, Johnny Sumpas successfully avoiding the box rush, spinning up completely. He has to really turn on the gas here early in this fight and avoid getting captured like that.
Clyde is turning on the gas right now. What a pin. This is what Clyde does. Pins you and flames you for the full 10 seconds before backing off and coming in again. A little bit of remnant flames there on Spartan after that first pass. Still seems to be working fine. Unable to get free. Clyde chasing them down.
Clyde is such a wide bot. It really cuts off a huge amount of space here in this 8x8 box.
Very large robot, ironically made of 3D printed plastic itself to get so large. Very lightweight design, very strong, and it's hard to get around something so big.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Clyde is blasting that reflective tape off of its own body. And you know what? The plastic only needs to really stay intact for 3 minutes and 10 seconds here. Another good pin here up against the house spot.
Clyde mentioning earlier, yeah, they're actually melting themselves at this event because they've made the flame so powerful versus previous events.
Now, it is considerably more quiet in the box, and it seems that the weapon on Spartan has gone down.
These flamethrowers are real weapons. A lot of people like to think, you know, flames don't really damage these combat robots, but they do. At this small class, you can see it actually burning and melting the plastic on Spartan, but it can also overheat components. It seems like Spartan is able to come back. Maybe the temperature is throttled back down, but these electronics all have temperature protection built in. If they overheat, they'll shut down.
Yeah, you can see, oh, look, it's firing back up. Really, Johnny is hoping to rip off more parts from Clyde.
And Clyde has lost a side here. Pieces are coming out of Clyde, I think.
This is a great opportunity to do this because Clyde's body is very soft and malleable here at this point.
Clyde is winning the control battle here, but they have to be careful. There's 45 seconds left, and they could get KO'd if Spartan's weapon can get up to speed.
Wow, look at that. That is a tire on fire here for Spartan. That weapon is still running, but the body looks very tired on Spartan.
Spartan has a lot of metal on it, so Clyde unable to get as much melting and flaming done as usual. We are seeing some flames still on Spartan, though. But this is Clyde's closest fight today that I've seen. It's really getting torn apart at this point.
With 10 seconds left here in this fight, both of these robots have escaped the countout. This one will be going to the judges.
Spartan really coming back to life here, leaving a good impression at the end of this fight as it goes to the judges. Clyde looks like it's down a weapon and a wheel.
Yeah, this one is going to be yet another very close judges' decision.
And it was the mini bot down at the end of that fight.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, split judges' decision. That is 1 judge for Spartan and 2 judges for Clyde. 1 point of difference between each of the judges. It does not get any closer than this. Your winner, the #1 ranked Clyde.
Wow.
Fully defined here, being so wide and so large, it's going to be really hard for Red Panda to drive around. So let's see how they can do here. Right off the bat, great hit from Red Panda. But Fully Defined coming back with a good hit of their own.
Yeah, you're really looking for these engagements, and they are going back and forth. Neither robot fully getting the better of the other.
Seems like Red Panda's forks are working a bit better when they go head-to-head. Fully Defined is getting around Red Panda, but it doesn't seem to matter. And Red Panda just taking advantage now, knowing it can win these front-to-front battles.
Yeah, Fully Defined spending a lot of time on its head and on its back. And Sharon leads them, and Red Panda absolutely hungry for his first golden dumpster.
Not how Fully Defined wanted to start this fight. They're going to have a real hard time coming back from this because Red Panda can just attack at will at any side of Fully Defined and is winning these engagements. Fully Defined would have to get around the back or side of Red Panda, and its maneuverability is severely compromised.
Yeah, it's a classic 4-wheel drive design of Red Panda facing off against the 2-wheel drive design of Fully Defined.
Fully Defined seems to have lost the right side drive, and they've tapped out. Red Panda's going to take this one.
Wow, again, Red Panda advancing to the finals. He advanced to the finals with another Team WPI finish in March, facing off against Eruption. And he is facing a very different opponent now in Clyde. We're going to be seeing a fight that is going to be hot, 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 Adam. Now, here, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Clyde, run by Gabe Brown, originally from Austin, Texas, a student at Team WPI. This is an all-WPI Beetleweight final, WPI versus WPI. Now, these are both veterans of the sport. Clyde coming in here with a 26-12 record, and Red Panda coming in with a 23-8 record. An incredible win-loss record for both of these robots. It really shows you the pedigree of the combat robotics program at WPI.
Both these robots have been very high performers today, obviously making it to the finals. Clyde had a rough outing in its last fight, basically lighting itself, melting itself almost entirely. It was in pieces, and I mean, just an incredible job getting it back together for these finals. Interesting to see what they do here. I mean, you know, box rushing a flamethrower doesn't really do much because they don't need to spin up.
Sure.
So we'll see. Oh, they went for the box rush and right into a pile of flame.
Wow, into the gaping maw here of Clyde and that very, very powerful flamethrower.
The two smaller robots battling each other in the background. Of course, damage to smaller robots still counts a lot in the judge's decision, so that could come into play here.
Now, Clyde is a destructive control bot here. He really wants to capture his opponent with these very long forks here and the wide body and just blast Red Panda with flames. Doing so here in Red Panda's original corner.
That is Clyde's game, going for the pin and then letting the flames sit there for the full 10 seconds.
Wow,
Oh,
capturing both the mini bot and the main bot. Fantastic. And tipping Red Panda up against the rail, blasting it with fire. A good, clean 10-second pin.
Now, the house robot does work in this arena. We're in the 3-pound smaller arena, so we will see an unstick attempted here. Clyde now melting the smaller half of Red Panda and the cameras.
Yeah, these iPhone cameras here that are in the corner.
And it looks like it overheated.
Wow, fantastic. Now, it sounds very quiet in the box. I don't think that Red Panda's weapon is running.
Yes, I'm not hearing that hum of the spinner. Now, that heat can do a lot of things to a robot. It can melt a belt. It can overheat a controller or a motor and initiate a thermal shutdown. Or it can just seize all of your rotational components by heating them up so much that they stop spinning. And I'm getting confirmation that it can also kill an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. You know, kids, don't throw iPhones into fires, okay?
Yeah.
That's, wow, capturing all of the robots.
all of the robots. Even its
Wow.
own.
Incredible 60 seconds left here.
I think the heat tape is on fire on the floor there.
Wow, that is a real testament to how powerful this flamethrower is.
Another pin, another flame. This is Clyde's fight.
Wow, and that robot is fully engulfed in
And a
flames.
tap out is going to decide the fight.
Wow, look at this. Gabe Brown celebrating here cage side. So happy, taking home his very first golden dumpster.
I have one thing to say. Fire can win.
We are just blown away. This is incredible. Alex and I have worked so hard for this. We have put so much time and effort into this, and it's just incredible to see it all come together. All our design and testing and machining and everything. It's incredible. And Jaren did fantastic. It's really only possible for us to be here with the help of all of Team WPI. It's a phenomenal team, and I'm so grateful to everyone on the team.
Gabe Brown, WPI, Clyde, one last thing, here's your dumpster!
I love everything about that. This is
Tony Clifton?
former fictional lounge singer Tony Clifton loading in a toolbox.
Someone in the chat, GTC Robotics, said that these bots remind him of Rock'em Sock'em robot toys from the 70s. I have to say, I agree.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, they're so mad! They are having a tantrum independently. They have not...
Guys, we have to have 2 championship finals in this box afterwards. Please stop denting the floor.
There we go.
Why is this so funny?
They're so
Why
mad
is it
at
so
each other.
funny? Oh my goodness, they're so angry about this. Oh!
Get him! Get him! No mercy!
He's got a foot up. He's never coming
They're
back.
so angry.
He's on his back and he's so mad about it.
They're so angry. Why are they so angry?
Get to that undercarriage, Mr. Roper.
The self-righting mechanism is not happening. This is absurd. The sound of these bots. He self-rights with pure rage.
We're happy, but they're still angry.
Get him!
Oh gosh.
Listen, I had siblings. I get it, okay? Wow.
There can only be one.
Even upside down, they still move, they still attack. It's really, truly a bulletproof design.
The ability of Mr. Roper to continue to pound the ground, even upside down, is extremely impressive.
This is the best combat robot ever.
I never knew I needed a Roper on Roper fight, but now this is all I ever want.
Mr. Roper is both an unstoppable force and an immovable wall.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is too good.
Oh, they're slowing down a little bit.
I mean, wouldn't you? This
No.
has been like 2 minutes of pure rage.
Just when you think the bats are going to stop, they power right back up.
You think when they were in the lab inventing lithium polymer batteries, they said to themselves, maybe one day toolboxes will use these to beat each other with aluminum bats.
Yeah, yeah. This is life-changing technology here. This is the best. This is the best.
Tremendous.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have judges for this fight. So that means we have to poll the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think Pink Roper won, make some noise! If you think Blue Roper won, make some noise!
Wow.
I mean, that's tight.
Should we have him vote again?
Do you want to?
Yeah!
Pink Roper, make some noise! Blue Roper, make some noise!
Oh.
That's it. The winner of this fight is Roper!
All right, now loading into cage one, we have our #1 ranked 12-pounder of all time, Maximizer and Jake Hoffman in the pink corner, facing off against Amphisbaena, an experimental robot built by a teenager here, dual vertical spinners, facing off against just an absolute sledgehammer in Maximizer.
I really enjoy watching Maximizer fight.
Fight.
It flings the weapon around behind it, and it's really hard to fight against.
Amazing.
Wow, Amphisbaena coming out with a haymaker off the start.
Amphisbaena successfully avoiding that wedge in that first hit and sending Maximizer into the air a second time.
Amphisbaena driving a great match here. Maximizer able to get around the side. It looks like they're both having drive issues here. Maximizer, I think because they're upside down, Amphisbaena might have lost a side here, or maybe high-centered on their right side.
Yeah, the drive. Oh my
roofed.
God, another huge shot here on Maximizer.
Oh, Maximizer taking its aggression out on the wall. It needs to reorient and start aiming at Amphisbaena.
Now, Amphisbaena's dual weapons here are spinning very fast. They would love to land another big weapon-on-weapon hit.
Maximizer would love to be facing the correct way. Its weapon is just skirting over the top of Amphisbaena, unable to get a bite on anything without being the correct way around.
Now, one of the big things that Jake is doing here is engaging with his weapon, because that will allow you to rack up aggression points with the judges.
Oh,
and the weapon is gone! It's gone! Wow! Maximizer's weapon is no longer here. It is not in the building anymore, Adam.
That's not supposed to happen. And of course, now Maximizer is right side up. Oh, boy.
Wow, that is a massive amount of damage for Amphisbaena.
Amphisbaena only has one side of drive. They might not need the other side of drive to win this fight. They are dishing out the hits.
Wow, ripping off that weapon. That was gross.
Maximizer
Incredible.
is going to need to pull something here. They are way down in the points at this point, losing their weapon, unable to capitalize earlier when Amphisbaena had this limited mobility. And I don't know what they're going to be able to do now. They've just been sent into the ceiling, into the walls. Amphisbaena trying to remain aggressive here. It does not have, neither bot with a lot of control right now.
We have a judge's decision for Maximizer and Amphisbaena. Unanimous for Amphisbaena. It was close, but it was unanimous.
Yeah, no surprise there. Amphisbaena put on a phenomenal performance, and Maximizer lost their weapon.
Now, Jake Hoffman is eagerly awaiting the outcome here of this fight. This is basically a modified Promheta-style robot. Facing off against Saiko, Jameson Go, one of the greatest combat robot builders of all time, with his Metabot here, four-wheel drive vert.
5,
JMO in his
4,
trademark stance
3,
getting low for this
2,
fight. He's one of the best drivers
Fight.
around.
Robots
And it
fight.
is going to be difficult to go up against.
Wow.
Coming out of the gate with a perfect hit on Void. Void was a little hesitant out of the gate. Saiko not letting him be.
Yeah, Saiko perfectly timing that. I think Void may have gotten stuck on a seam here in the floor, and Jameson Go timing that hit perfectly, ripping off part of the armor package on Void. I think that is maybe one of those,
One of the front wedge, wedges areas has come off. Now, it looks like he still has a big hinge there, so there's no exposed bits yet, but he can't be taking hits like this all day. Saiko was flipped over there, able to self-right super quickly. Void having a tougher time self-righting than Saiko here. You know, this is the difference between these two robots. Void is a very, very good robot, but Jameson is a seasoned builder, and these little details add up. And right now, it's domination for Saiko.
Yeah, Jameson Go has a lot of faith in the strength of his weapon, able to go weapon on weapon, willing to go weapon on weapon.
Oh, what has happened here? Saiko is stuck in the floor, requesting the unstick here. I can't tell quite exactly.
I think he may have landed on something. I don't think that fork is stuck in the floor.
In a chip, there's a section of the floor here.
Wow.
It's just a large hole. He's gonna have to watch out. He can't do that again.
90 seconds left here in this fight.
Void is stuck up against the wall.
Wow.
They may both be out of unsticks after this. If anyone gets stuck after this point, that is going to be it. Flo gingerly trying to get Void off the edge here.
Now you'll see the house spots. They will progressively get more and more aggressive here. Flo will eventually go ramming her entire 350-pound body into Void.
Now the time does not stop for this. The clock is still running down to 50 seconds here as Void is stuck. Void is going to need to come back strong here because, on my card, I have them down right now to Saiko.
Yes.
I think Void had a chance there after Saiko required an unstick, but now there's tied in unsticks. Void's side armor preventing them from being able to drive straight now.
Yeah,
and it is not looking good for them.
Void is at huge risk of being high-centered right here.
Oh.
They are high-centered, Adam.
This could be it. They could get counted out. No!
Wow! Jake is celebrating!
How?
10 seconds left here in this fight. This one will go to the judges, but I think it will be a win for Jameson Go and Saiko.
And Saiko is going to make it into the championship here. Wow.
Wow, this one will go to the judges, but that was an absolutely punishing fight from Jameson Go and Saiko.
And unsurprisingly, unanimous decision for Saiko. Jameson Go, the GOAT himself, moving on into the semifinal bracket. They will be facing off against the winner of BattleTots and Caldera 12.
Wow.
Which is the next match that we're bringing to you guys. I cannot wait to see how that one goes.
Junkernaut is one fight away from advancing to the finals here tonight.
Who would have thought that coming in?
2, 1. Fight. Robots fight.
Both robots coming out a little slow out of the gate. Junkernaut a little faster, but Amphisbaena gets around the side, around the back, sending Junkernaut flying. There goes the wheel.
One of those wheels is gone. The luck is running out on Junkernaut as we speak.
Never say die for Junkernaut. Amphisbaena coming around the side again. Looks no worse for wear. Trying to get the other wheels. Ouch. But Junkernaut's weapon still spinning.
I think he did it. I think he popped off another wheel. Yep, the left side has no wheels at all on Junkernaut.
And Junkernaut having a hard time driving with only one side. Now appears stuck.
Stuck up against his head, and there is no house spot coming in here to save. The house spot has been knocked out of commission. This will be a...
Oh, they're getting an unstick from their competition. I don't know how much it helped.
Amphisbaena here just showing off its drive. drive brutality here. I did see a little motion where they were like, do you want us to hit you again? And they got
Junkernaut is just slicing the second half of Amphisbaena in half.
Wow.
It's like a circular saw going through a piece of plywood.
And they're down to one wheel, Adam. Incredible.
I don't know if that wheel's connected to anything.
Oh, wow.
Junkernaut may have run out of luck here.
Incredible. This was a disassembly. Amphisbaena will be advancing to the finals.
Wow.
Fight, robots, fight.
Right off the bat.
There we go. The top is gone off of BattleTots.
Saiko seems to be winning that ground game.
Wow. Same force has lost one of those 4 wedgelets. Oh, wow. Let's count them. There's only 2 left now. Jameson
Toad goes
weapon
flying.
to weapon.
Both halves of BattleTots still functional after this brutal exchange.
Wow, Jameson Go just punting his opponents across the box, showing how much power is in Saiko's weapon.
Oh, I think that
was a
hit the
roof
ceiling.
shot. Wow.
BattleTots still going.
Now, Jameson is very wisely picking one robot at a time and trying to knock out these in succession.
As you say that, he drives through both of them, flipping them both over.
Wow, look
now
at that.
Stacked against each other. There's no house robot right now to unstick them.
Take out your trash, Kevin Piagini, all right? We've just got them here in a corner. And look, they've put down the transmitters and they are giving a standing ovation to Jameson Go, who will be advancing to the finals with Saiko. In many ways, this match is a match against the old guard here with Jameson Go and Saiko facing off against young upstarts here with Amphisbaena. Amphisbaena, run by Alexander Richmond, a teenager from Clifton, Virginia, has been in this sport now for multiple years competing here at NHRL, has never gotten this close to a golden dumpster.
Fight, robots, fight.
Both robots up to speed.
A little bit of a tentative start here, and Amphisbaena bringing it to Saiko.
No big hits yet, just some small hits back and forth. Who's going to land the first big one?
Now what I am seeing, Saiko kicking Amphisbaena back into the rail.
Oh,
but
and
Saiko on its head
is the first one to go flying. Amphisbaena, did they just roof them?
Wow, that was a big hit.
Wow, Amphisbaena not letting up. That's what you need to do. Stay aggressive when your opponent is upside down. Saiko having a hard time self-righting. That is unlike them. Usually they can self-right immediately.
Now Saiko's back onto its feet, but Jameson Go has been losing the first 60 seconds
got
here.
Amphisbaena upside down.
Wow, another big weapon-on-weapon hits.
You got to give the first minute of this fight to Amphisbaena, but there's still 2 left. Anything could happen.
Wow.
The smaller part of Amphisbaena just went flying, but I still see it moving out of the corner.
Now I think the right side weapon here on Amphisbaena has gone down.
It does seem like they've lost half their weapon. That's going to count in the judge's decision. Saiko's got to keep the pressure on here.
Yeah, with 90 seconds left here, Saiko has to make up a lot of points. Amphisbaena has really been
It looks like
corralling
Saiko's
its
lost some
opponents.
maneuverability here. Have they lost the side of drive? I think I see a wheel missing. Yep, there it is on the ground.
Incredible. Good eye there, Adam.
The smaller robot of Amphisbaena now lifting Saiko. This can only last for 10 seconds. If they can't release, it kind of doesn't count. But they're trying to release here.
We've got a doorstop situation here for the smaller robot from Amphisbaena.
Amphisbaena also not moving. I would have expected them to go in for the hit. Of course, there is no house robot.
You can see Jameson Go calling for the hit.
The fight is paused. Maybe they'll be going in to split them.
Yes. Yeah, when the house bot does not work, we can send in humans to, with a big broom or whatever to, remove this mini-bot.
Now, what's interesting
from Saiko.
here, so I think they'll split Saiko in the mini-bot, but I would imagine they would not let Amphisbaena off, right? The rule isn't that you get unstuck from yourself. You can just get unstuck from the opponent, right?
Interesting.
So we'll see what they do here.
Like, has Amphisbaena also burned up their one save?
Yeah, well, you know, because it's not, we're not going to see a save here. It's because two robots are stuck together. They're going to get the manual unstick. But Amphisbaena's not stuck together. They're just coincidentally also high-centered. So we're going to get a manual disentangle of Saiko and Amphisbaena's mini-bot. But I believe the larger robot of Amphisbaena's multi-bot combo is probably just going to be left there. So were they, you know, feigning being stuck, or are they actually stuck there?
Yeah.
But this could be a little tricky situation here.
Okay. Wow. We're giving Libby these big barbecue tongs here. I think that she's going to go in here. Oh, no, they're not tongs. They're just huge tools here.
There, and you can see they've split the two robots that were entangled, but they have not touched the larger Amphisbaena. So I think what you're going to see here is if Amphisbaena really is stuck, their smaller robot's going to come and try and help free them. Will Saiko try and help free them as well? You can see the wheel spinning there.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Team Stamina here, cage side, trying to strategize.
They're asking JMO to hit them, I believe. It looked like he was saying, "Can you hit me?"
I do wonder if this means that Amphisbaena has burned up their save as well. Saiko could just allow Amphisbaena to die. And we can see Rob here coming over, our head referee, to explain the situation to them.
Yeah, with the house robot dead, there are no individual unsticks. The only reason we had that manual unstick was because it was two robots that were entangled. And so that's why we saw the manual disentanglement. But nobody gets any unsticks from the arena itself. You can see Saiko can barely move. He's got to watch out. Oh, and the mini-bot frees Amphisbaena.
Wow.
And immediately gets Saiko high-centered again. Amphisbaena's got to watch out because, you know...
Wow, right on top of that doorstop. 30 seconds left here in this fight.
Saiko is having a hard time here.
Wow.
This is Amphisbaena's fight to lose at this point. Oh, we almost had another hat.
Incredible. They're trying to kick Saiko
Saiko
and
is not
Saiko
moving.
could be dead. The lights are out on Saiko. Incredible.
That looks to be it.
Sitting on the floor.
It might make it to the bell.
Giving a good round of applause to these teenagers from Team Stamina.
There's the KO official.
Wow. Slaying a massive opponent here in Jameson Go and Saiko.
Alexander Richmond, Amphisbaena, you just took down literally the greatest of all time. Jameson Go and Saiko, you are a junior in high school. How did this happen?
Before I even start any of this, I want to thank Johnny, Lars, and everybody else who helped me through this. I could have not done any of this without them. Any of this. It started off the day, everything was dead on it. And throughout the day, I just kept fixing little thing after little thing. I tried as hard as I could. And to be able to have a match like that, unbelievable for me.
I got one more thing to do. Amphisbaena Alexander, congratulations, your 3-pound dumpster!
From us to you, thank you so much for joining us for the 4th qualifying round this year, 420 edition. Thank you very much. Good night.